Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is June 13th, 2025, and the top cryptocurrency news is as follows. And we'll start today's episode with Brazil, which has announced new rules for cryptocurrency taxation and has imposed a 17.5% tax on cryptocurrency profits, regardless of how big or small the investor is. While the best we can learn from Brazil is that Brazil aims to allocate 5% of its reserves to buy Bitcoin, and if that happens, it will be the first country in the G20 to do so. Let's just say we know this from previous episodes of Crypto News, although it seems that this bill has strong institutional and legislative support and may pass. Of course, we don't have a timeline for that. Moving on to ETFs, we'll be looking at Ethereum ETFs for another day, which on June 11th had $240 million in inflows, double the amount on June 10th. So for now, institutions continue to want Ethereum. However, that may stop for a few days, and you'll see why at the end of the episode. Moving on to ETFs, I'd like to tell you that the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is once again delaying spot ETFs for Dogecoin, Hedera, and Avalanche. Moving on, we'll go to our companies and we'll go to DeFi Development Corp, which is looking to raise $5 billion instead of $1 billion to buy more Solana. And to do that, it's made a deal with RK Capital to raise that money and, with its new filing, which we hope is correct, get SEC approval. From this company, we will also go to the Swedish healthcare company, H100, which finally raised $10.6 million to buy Bitcoin, and with the announcement that it raised this amount, its share increased by 45%. And from our companies, it's time to go to our coins, and we will go to Polygon, which wants to reach 100,000 transactions per second. Let's say that Polygon has revealed to us the Gagagas upgrade, which will help Polygon reach these numbers. First, we can say that there will be an upgrade in July, which will make Polygon perform more than 1,000 transactions per second, with a block finality of about 5 seconds. Later, at the end of the year, Polygon is expected to surpass 5,000 transactions per second, and sometime in 2026, Polygon could reach 100,000 transactions per second. But apart from Polygon, another coin that wants to achieve big numbers is Solana, which could reach 1 million transactions per second. And how? With the Firedancer protocol, which is expected to leave the testnet sometime in 2025 and aims to make the network very fast, with the network exceeding 1 million transactions per second on testnets. So in a test environment, Solana managed to reach over 1 million transactions per second. However, this protocol needs to be released to the market and on the Solana network to see what numbers it can reach. And from Solana, who also wants big numbers, we go to a whale who we learned bought 800 million WLF coins for $80 million. This is Mr. Trump's DeFi coin, which is rumored, it's not certain, to be listed on some exchange. And we move on to our favorite cryptocurrency market, where Bitcoin is at $103,000, with the price from there reaching $110,000 before falling to $102,000. Let's say we obviously had over $1 billion in liquidation in 24 hours, and the reason is that Israel is launching airstrikes on Iran. This is something we knew from previous incidents that Israel would do. We just didn't know when. Israel confirmed that the attacks targeted Iranian military infrastructure near Tehran and Tabriz in what it described as a preemptive response to growing threats. According to the president's official statements, Israel has stated that Iran will be able to build nuclear weapons in less than a year and has already amassed enough uranium to build 9 nuclear warheads, it says. For this reason, Israel targeted military bases and facilities that build such weapons, as well as scientific centers that study their construction. This was done to give a clear answer that they will not stand idly by. And finally, this is an image from X, which shows an Israeli target from a distance, essentially, that was bombed. So for this reason, the cryptocurrency market is down for now, as are the traditional markets. That wraps up the top news for crypto today, is June 13th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only, and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.